Bricktopian. Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. It's Bricktopian here, and today we will be taking a look at something entirely different. This is actually a action figure for the new Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie. This is a 5-inch figure and it is of Shadow the Hedgehog. And this is no ordinary version, this is the one that lights up. I really like this one because I love Shadow's colours especially. I love his red and black, and I think that having the light up function really enhances the red on him so much as well. Makes it even better. This one was a bit dearer than the regular version of the figure. I think it was like £5 dearer, but I think that it's worth it. It has slightly less articulation because of the butterfly joints don't move because of the electronics inside, but I think it's really worth it because of the light function. And the box looks really cool too. I like that it's got the artwork for the movie on. It's got Tails, Knuckles and Sonic there, and then it shows you how the light works there on the head. It's got the Sonic 3 logo up the top there, and it shows Sonic with his eyes lit up there. You can buy a Sonic version that lights up too of this. But I personally prefer Shadow's one. Some people might like Sonic's ones more because the light is brighter, but I actually prefer the Shadow one because of I think it's a little bit more subtle. I actually prefer it a bit more subtle, and I prefer Shadow's bright red colour to Sonic's blue, personally. I think the Sonic one, when it lights up, looks a bit too plasticky, and whereas this one I think looks more natural. And you can see some other figures you can get at the bottom. You can get Super Sonic, you can get regular Shadow, you can get KO mascot Tails, and you can get Knuckles as an individual figure. This has 19 points of articulation, whereas I believe the normal version, I think, is 22 points of articulation, I believe. I could be wrong. It says a little description about Shadow there as well. It says, Shadow is a fierce and mysterious foe who is determined to accomplish his goals and won't let anything stand in his way, which is very true. And I love his character. I've always liked him as a character. I personally prefer him as a character to Sonic because I think he's got a more interesting backstory, and I love his design more, and I'm just a fan in general of the colours red and black. I love that you can open and close his fists on this figure, and I don't know, there's not a lot bad I can say about this. I think this is the best Shadow figure that that you can get, and I think the size is great as a 5-inch figure. And I just love all the details. I love the glazed over eyes. They look really good. The only thing I didn't like about this figure is that there's a slight gap you can see in the eye when you look at it at the side. But anyway, this is just it inside the box. But even inside the box, there's actually a little circle cut out. So you can actually try the light feature. So you can press it. But I'm not going to do that because I would rather take it out of the box. But it says on there, try me. But anyway, let's unbox this figure because I think it's epic. And there he is outside of his box. I've currently got him in a sitting down position because I actually think he looks quite good sitting down like this because it shows off his air shoes quite well, as you can see the little outlets at the bottom. One thing I did notice actually that I've just got wrong is I thought that this figure had the weird gap around the eye when there was like a line there, but actually I've realised that was just a glare on the packaging of the figure. And unlike the regular Shadow one that doesn't light up, this one actually doesn't have a gap near the eye. The eye actually goes right to this part of his head. There's like no gap there at all. It literally is just a glare on the packaging that made me think that. So this figure is, in my opinion, a way better figure than the regular one for that in itself, because that is like the main thing about the regular one that I didn't like the look of from the images I saw was I didn't like that weird gap, because the Sonic one didn't have that. But yeah, this version actually does not have that gap. I thought it did. I was like, when I saw the packaging, I was like, yeah, it's the same. But now I've opened it, I can tell actually, no, there is no gap. So if you're worried about that, and a lot of people complain about that, that is a really good reason to get this version. He just looks so good. I think everything about this figure is amazing. I love the texturing on these quills there. Um, the colours are just so good. The rubber detail, the shaping of the shoes, his power rings, his fists. Like, yeah, I said that you can open and close the fists, which is really good. And yeah, the head doesn't go all the way around like the regular version. It only goes to that point, like that. It doesn't go all the way around. But how often do you really need his head to go all the way around? I mean, maybe a little bit more to the sides would have been good, but realistically, you don't need it to go all the way around, do you? That really. But yeah, I really think it's great that you can get this figure as an individual figure, as opposed to having to buy the 4-pack, where you get Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Shadow, and only Sonic and Shadow light up in that. So this is a way cheaper way to get this figure. I don't know if everywhere, like worldwide, you can get the light up one individually. There he is, by the way, light him up, and I'm gonna show it the light feature better in a minute. But yeah, I don't know if this is an option everywhere, but I managed to get this in the UK from Smith's Toys. But yeah, I love the light up feature. The light up feature is really cool. I've just pressed it, by the way. But yeah, look how cool that is. Like, you can press it like that, and he just like flashes his eyes and the top of his quills there and at the sides, like it all just flashes, and it looks so good. And like it goes slower, the flashing, and then faster again, which is really cool. And I want to quickly try it with the lights dimmed as well, because I think that'll look really cool. So you can dim the lights like this. You can dim the lights down a bit more like that. And actually, I might even dim the lights completely. So now it's in the dark. And if you press it, that's what you get. Look at that. I mean, look at the colours. How much it stands out. It just looks so freaking cool. I just love the shade of red. I mean, it doesn't look quite as red on camera as it does in real life, but it just looks so effective. And I think it would have been a shame if I had bought the normal version of this figure and not got that. I think it would have been a missed opportunity. But yeah, there's so many points of articulation. Like I said, there's 19 points of articulation. I know the normal one is 22, but this just seems like a good compromise to me. So you can have him all different ways. You can move his head, like I said. You can have his arms move, his hands open and close, like this. You can put his leg right out like that. Wait a sec. That's better, you can see a bit better now. But yeah, you can have him standing right upright, like this. Oh, you have to make sure that you get him balanced. You just have to make sure he is balanced. But yeah, you can have him standing upright like that, which looks really good. And you obviously, like I showed you, you can have him sitting down. But you can have him in different poses. You can move his feet back like this and have him like jumping like that. You could have his feet really spread apart like this. The arms you could have up, pointing upwards, like he's like that, like he's gonna punch. You could have, yeah, like there's so many different poses you could do. Like it's pretty unlimited in a way. Like all the different things you could do. Like you could have him flying like this, have his feet back a bit. Although I think this is a bit awkward. Perhaps to get him in this position is a little bit trickier. Because obviously when he's flying in the games, usually he has his head more upright, like that. But I think they did pretty well with what they could. And I think, yeah, this is the coolest Shadow figure ever. And I don't know if I'll get the Sonic version or not. I don't know. Maybe. I mainly wanted Shadow, but I could get Sonic as well and have them battling each other. But it would have been nice if his power rings were a bit more gold looking. Perhaps they're a bit more yellowy than I would have liked, but then if they'd used a more shinier paint on him, it might have faded or gone horrible over time. I could see this being quite a durable figure. It's good that at the back there's a place for the screw, so you can actually unscrew it and replace the batteries if you needed to. Because obviously there's a lot of these sort of figures where you only get one battery and that's it, which kind of is stupid. But the detailing on his mouth looks really nice. You can get another version of a regular Shadow figure that's got more of an angry expression, but I'm glad I prefer this one personally. Yeah, I just think it's really cool. I love the shape of the quills and everything. It just looks so good. I don't know. There's not a lot else I really need to say on this, to be honest. Like I say, I could keep posing him forevermore, but you get the idea. He's got a lot of articulation, and it's just a fun figure. And yeah, at first when I got it, I was like, this figure seems smaller than I thought, because I forget that 5 inches is quite small, and sometimes you don't always put it in perspective. But even though it's quite a small figure, I think if it was bigger, it perhaps wouldn't be as fun to move around, and I don't know. It might be. It's not necessary that it was any bigger. So yeah, there's not really anything else to say. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe for more videos, and see you again in the next one. Goodbye. Oh, and also it comes with this, which is just a little leaflet.